Traders, happy Tuesday. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday as we did in a playbook trading room. I wanted to bring you a quick trade recap of a couple of trades that we took live in trading room. One of them happened to be APLS, the other one is NVS, and I'll go over both of them, but I wanted to show you how those worked out here. And here we go. So let me show you those trades. It's right over here, APLS. We were long from 42.60. I didn't have much size, just 300 shares, but hey, nonetheless, I'll take it. And you can see that right here before I exited, I wanted to share with the room as well. And then right over here, the call was on APLS, APLS long 42.60 by 42. And then we had the NVS long at 103.50 and 103. And we end up taking targets at on NVS at right over here. So we took targets on NVS at uh, 10 around 104. So we made about an hour here. So you know, so that's all good. So let's get into the trade. If you're interested, watch for the link to join the chat room. But this was a climactic buy setup on APLS. I don't do this too often, but today was really one of the rare days that I did it, and I wanted to go over this and why I did this. Well, it was a bearish gap, first of all. Yesterday was a bearish gap, pierced to the 200-day moving average, fault right here. Today, right after the bearish gap, but what was really good about this bearish gap that you had in an an unbelievable amount of volume. Look, usually this stock, let's just call it as about 3.7 million shares. So that's an average volume. This stock just turned 7 times this float between yesterday and today is, another 7 times. So there was an opportunity. And then when you go look at the weekly chart, right, look at weekly chart where it fell to 200-day moving average, rising 200-day moving average on support, and that's where we got long. So let me just walk you through how this all worked out. And this happened on right over here on the 5 minute chart. It was setting up on a 5 minute chart, and we went down to the 2 minute chart. And I mean, look at this right over here as it was setting up. Now the question is, okay, when do I know it's time to go long? Well, that's a really good question. If you're asking that question to yourself right now, I mean, it sounds good. Well, it was right around 10 o'clock reversal time, 10:06 to be exact, and right over here, look at where we went long on APLS, 10:06, and you see, traders are making pretty good on this one. So let's talk about it. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. reversal time is right here. This is a sell setup, and right here, break low, goes up, and then the long that set up for me on this one was 4260 by 42. So it's right here, as you can see. At, this is your 1004, this is your 1006 candle. So above this, I wanted to get long, and I didn't get an opportunity to get long, but I had to get got long right above here. So it took a little bit of paid a little bit of a premium, if you will, than I wanted to play. But it was a good stop here, 42. That held pretty nicely and moved up to 46. I didn't get all 46. I got out personally. I got around 45, 45, 40, 45. Yeah, 45, 44. Sorry. So that's where I got out. So right into this move, I got out because the volume was increasing as well, and it's more profound on the 5 minute chart when you look at it, and it'll tell you 5 minute chart, boom, pretty good volume here. One green bar immediately get engulfed, and right after that, you got a reversal candle. And right here, that's the 5 minutes entry that I was talking about, 42.60. And then you just put a stop at 42, which will be right over here on the 2 minutes that I showed you. And then boom, and then rest of the day just lower. So pretty good trade from a climactic sell setup standpoint. And then the other one was NVS. NVS, it's an ADR, so it doesn't really trade too clean. So these are a couple of things with ADRs. You can get pretty tight stop on ADR, and usually move up. If they move fluidly, it's going to move up. And today it did have a 5.2 million, so it did move up pretty nicely. But this was a really a super super 5 minute chart trade. Look, gap up. I just showed you the gap up, bullish gap up, clearing resistance right here, and then you got come over here, a monthly charge bullish. We already looked at that, and then on this one, it's the entry was 103.40 by 103. And this is where it's so important to understand how things work here. And I want to just go right here. NVS long, 103.50 to 103. Then I realized, you know what? We don't need to wait to the 103.50. Let's change it to 103.40 entry, and we keep the stop at 103. So 40-cent stop, and we'll take target at 104, which we did. So it's right over here. It is the setting up. I love this consolidation. This is one of my favorite consolidations here on on the 5 minute chart. You got a daily chart that's bullish, and then it's starting to move up. And I want to show you right here. So it's daily chart is bullish. Look at daily chart is bullish, weekly chart is bullish, and then you go into the 5 minute chart, which is my one of my favorite times to trade. So now it's starting to what happens here. This is your opening range. So right here, set it. So as it's starting to gets normalized price action, starting to stabilize. This is where opening range, but there's an entry right here on this chart, right, as well. I didn't take this entry, but there was an entry right here at 103.13. I love this consolidation because what it is in a nutshell, you've got a stage two, you've got a stage two pause, and then the pause that refreshes. So kind of this transit. This is stage three, and then this is a continuation of stage two. I mean, really easy move here because if you were to understand, how this works, you've got A move, you got B move, you got C move, and then obviously it's stage four here. So that's we'll cover that another day. But here's an entry 103.40. We put a stop at 103 right here, a little bit lower. Could have used a 103.10, but I like to give it a little bit more room. 103.40, it went to 104. You saw my note there. We were happy to take 1.5 hour, get out of the trade, two winners, and then another stock that was a break even in a room. So if you're interested in learning more, I'm also attaching a newsletter that we just sent out to our subscriber as well. Check out the newsletter. Hope everyone had a great night. Do your homework, get your mind, body right, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday in the markets.